A study released this year named Seattle the second most literate city in America. So the story we're about to tell you might not surprise you.
Then again, as King 5's Joe Fryer and photojournalist Jeff Christian found out, sometimes you have to dig a little deeper to get to the heart of a good story.
If the Dewey Decimal System makes your head spin,
this looks like a romance novel, maybe.
Might we suggest
children's books,
a library
mixed between kind of classic,
downside?
So this is our little free library.
This is my little free library. This is our little free library, which is a place where people can come and take a book, leave a book, but share with no cost, no money.
These personal miniature media centers are popping up in front yards across Seattle.
The little free library has become our dog's obsession. She gets to watch all these people coming by.
Really?
Reactions from humans
Can I see that one?
are pretty good too.
It's kind of funny, they do this. They walk by, and they do this double take, and then they look around to see if anybody's looking, and then they look inside, and then they look around, and then they open it up, and there's this whole process of like, can I really take a book?
Milo in the cannon.
Yes. Yes, you can. And don't worry about a library card.
This is my third notebook.
The handwritten notes left in Michelle Nash's library.
Thank you for your gift to the community. Just a note to let you know how much this moved me. I'll bring them back. Thanks so much.
Or all the documentation
They donated a book.
she needs.
Goes on and on and on. Can't get enough of it.
Of course, there was also that time some neighbor kids checked out a cookbook.
And about an hour later, there were 3 cupcakes on my front porch with a thank you note.
For a woman who spent 17 years working in a regular-sized library,
I'm blown away.
it's clear bigger is not always better.
This is more fun because I don't have to collect fines and I don't have to be upset when a book doesn't come back.
Just as interesting as the stories inside the libraries
And you notice this one's well loved.
are the stories behind them.
There's a lot of meaning because my daughters and I built this together.
For Andy Wright, it was something to take on following chemotherapy for his testicular cancer.
And this was really the first project we tackled when I started feeling a little better.
See, that's one of Barb's.
For Pam Simpson, it was a fitting tribute to a friend who passed away.
And she left me all of her books. Really more books than any one human being needs.
It's a destination. People come here to the library.
Stuart Saya opened Jack's library in honor of the dog that sat at his feet while he read.
Well, Jack, he liked a good book, you know, especially if it had to do with the outdoors and the woods, and, you know, you'd read out loud to him, his tail wag. He enjoyed the hell out of those books.
Stuart built the 100-book home.
Yeah, they all knew Jack.
When Jack moved on.
Sad day when Jack passed away. He was the best dog in the whole city. I'm surprised the mayor didn't declare it a day of mourning for Jack, actually. You know.
Your library made me so happy today.
Michelle Nash's library is also a tribute.
It says, in loving memory of Bob Nash, who walked with grace and dignity and showed me the way.
Bob Nash was a Vietnam War pilot who was paralyzed from the waist down when his helicopter was shot down 2 years before he met Michelle.
I had 38 years with him, but it wasn't enough.
5 years ago, Bob took his own life, a death Michelle feels is tied to his service, but one that still isn't recognized on the Vietnam Wall.
Until then, this is my memorial to him.
If the reaction is any indication,
A beautiful tribute to your husband.
mission
That was nice.
accomplished.
I feel Bob knows, you know, and it's wonderful.
Yes, our world is steadily dominated by pageless ebooks.
In this day and age, everybody's got these 4G, 5G, 6G, 12G phones.
A year in Provence.
But thank goodness for the little free libraries
Take a book, leave a book.
that are renewing
This is appropriate in today's news.
community.
A little box can do that, but it can.
In Seattle, Joe Fryer, King 5 News.
For information on starting your own little free library, go to king5.com.